Hello everyone, here I am, I'm George, and I'm near the Ukrainian Cultural Centre in London, United Kingdom. And you here see this little memorial people have erected, and it says glory to Ukraine. You can see the floral tributes they've left, daffodils and so forth, Ukrainian national flags, even words in Spanish and a Colombian flag, peace for the children of Ukraine. And then reminding the United Kingdom's obligations under the Budapest Memorandum of 1994, Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons for security guarantees by the US, UK and Russia. UK, deliver on your promises. And then you see all the sunflowers over there, sunflower seeds being one of Ukraine's major exports. And then hashtag stand with Ukraine, stop the war now. And it's in front of this statue of Volodymyr. So Volodymyr was the ruler of Kievan Rus in the 10th century AD, and then there were pagans up until this time worshipping the mountains, the forests, rivers and so forth of some fertility cult. But then in 988, that year, he decided he was going to convert to a major religion. So he received missionaries from Islam, Judaism and two Christian denominations. Well, there was really Christianity. The split in Christianity hadn't happened. They say Orthodox and Catholic missionaries, but really the Christian church was united at the time. And he decided he didn't want to convert to Islam because of circumcision and the prohibition on eating pork and imbibing alcohol. Nor did he want to convert to Judaism for the same reasons. Though of course Jews would permit him to imbibe alcohol. He didn't want to convert to Catholicism because of strict fasting during Lent. That's 40 days in the run-up to Easter. But Orthodox Christianity seemed laxer with no burdensome observances. Although it is into fasting before Easter and Christmas. Anyhow, he thought that was the least onerous of his options, so he converted to that, and he demanded that all his subjects be baptized in the river Dnieper, which bisects the city of Kiev. So here he is, Volodymyr. And it says erected by Ukrainians in Great Britain in 1988 to celebrate the establishment of Christianity in Ukraine by Prince Volodymyr. But the Russians know him as Vladimir, actually peaceful ruler. So ironically, Putin's Christian name means peaceful ruler. And in Moscow, just outside the Kremlin, there is a colossal statue of the same Vladimir, as in Russian, Volodymyr, as he is in Ukrainian. And the current president of Ukraine, Zelensky, his name is actually Volodymyr as well. The names are often slightly different. And we'll have a closer look at some of the other images people have left up here beside this statue. The floral tributes, as reading more closely, you can't see them all saying stop Russian aggression and so forth. See over there, stop war, peace, the symbol of the dove with the olive branch in its beak, the universal symbol of peace. Another dove, peace for Ukraine, no war, and the hands towards that map image of Ukraine, the dove in the Ukrainian flag, and so forth, peace for Ukraine. You get the idea. The world knows the truth, we stand with Ukraine. So just around the corner is the Ukrainian Cultural Centre, which was visited by Prince William and his wife, Kate, the Duchess of, of Cambridge, just a few days ago. Princess Kate, the Duke of Cambridge, Prince William, same person. He's got both titles. It says Ukrainian Religious Society of St. Sophia. So here it is in Holland Park, a very she area of London. So in various British government buildings, you'll see Ukrainian flags on the British Foreign and Commonwealth Office, and all sorts of buildings up and down Whitehall, which is the street which contains most of the British government ministry. So that's why Whitehall is a synecdoche for the British civil service. And ironically enough, we're quite close to the Russian embassy and some of the diplomatic compound of the Russian embassy, and a lot of former Soviet states have got their embassies around here, Turkmenistan for instance, and the Ukrainian embassy is not too far away. This is the Holland Park area. On the far side of that street there's an area called Notting Hill, and in there is the Ukrainian embassy, but I might film outside that sometime. It's the regular pro-Ukrainian demonstration, so I've never seen anything like it, that the UK government buildings flying flags of another country, and that is in a gesture of solidarity. But for Ukraine that's not enough, that they want armaments. They say that these Stinger missiles, yes, they can take down a helicopter or a plane flying under 4,000 meters in altitude, but they need missiles that can take out high flying planes. So the Russian planes and helicopters can fly higher than that. Now, Putin hasn't committed that much of his air force. Perhaps he fears losses. The loss would be too great. But what do you have an air force for? You have it to fight if there is a war. And he's telling this war is absolutely necessary, unavoidable, is imposed upon him. Sorry, forgive me, not war, special military operation. Even Russia's ambassador to the United Nations has dubbed it a war, for which he could be sent to prison in Russia for 15 years. So he's that afraid of the truth, Putin. He finds the truth intolerable. And you may have heard of Alexei Navalny, that indefatigable and fearless anti-corruption campaigner in Russia, who's currently serving a 3-year sentence, might be facing an additional 13 years incarceration. He was poisoned by the Russian Secret Service, the FSB, 2 years ago, went to Germany for medical treatment that saved his life, then came back and was sent to prison. But anyway, Putin has banned Alexei Navalny for standing for the presidency, and the next presidential election is 2 years away. Now, why has Putin done that? Because he recognizes he's so unpopular that Navalny would win. So Navalny has never stood for the presidency. He has never managed to stand for any elected office. Anytime he's tried to do so, they have outlawed him as an extremist. Well, is he really extreme? I mean, if he is, presumably he'd lose by a country mile. So why not let him stand? Obviously, Putin is the real extremist. So even Putin recognizes things are going badly, though publicly he sticks to the brief. Yes, says that this plan is going well, but surely it's seriously behind schedule. Here we are, is it 23 days in, and they still haven't taken Kharkiv, which is only 20 miles from the Russian border. But Putin did publicly acknowledge that the economic situation is genuinely difficult, and they're trying to support strategically important corporations. Effectively, that means the government picking winners. It's nepotism as usual, and you have a small or medium-sized enterprise, well, that'll just be allowed to go to the wall. So as usual, they'll just be scratching each other's back, the elite, and they don't care about the working class majority. At least 20% of Russians are below the official poverty line. Well, according to Western standards, those below the poverty line will be rather higher than that. So some people are going to be pushed from poverty into malnutrition now. Anyway, it's an unprecedented display of support, but I think the Ukrainians don't just want floral tributes, they want weapons with which to defend their homeland. But what are we going to do if there is weapons of mass destruction attack by Russia in the Ukrainian Federation, which has been more than hinted at, because Moscow is false accusing Ukraine of having biological weapons, programs to develop chemical weapons, nuclear weapons program, without citing a scintilla of evidence. And so Russia will presumably carry out a WMD attack against Ukraine and then blame Ukraine, saying, yes, Ukraine deliberately killed its own people on a huge scale. A ploy that Russia has tried several times before in Syria and largely gotten away with it. So as the conventional campaign is mired, they're more likely to do this. So how long is this going to drag on for? So please watch my YouTube channel, George from Ireland, and look me up. Okay, please find my blog, georgefromireland.com. Toodaloo.